Wire Skid episode 4 started. Come a long way so far. And look at the console before we mounted the truck cab. There's a couple of spots that I've got to take care of first. As it comes back here, I got to cut this pretty much straight across to match it, to help drop it all the way down to on our post. Before I do that, I'll set it in the truck and we'll see how it lands. That there could be a hump there, something. Before you do any cutting, you always check it. Make sure before you make a cut and you say, oh, wish I didn't do that, you know what I mean? So there's nothing going around across the back of it. The only thing we have to worry about is our hinge. We have a hinge that bolts up here. So we have to stay below, actually this little cut right here. There's a small cut right under your console. But we'll set it in there and see what if it lays right, or the hump comes up in the front. We'll have to get back in there and look at it. We did receive another piece. Let's see. I got it locally somewhere. It's over here. Let me walk over and get it. It's your overhead piece for your map lights. And this is, I need to go back and look. I think it's the same as the old 5 that goes with this setup here. It's the same vehicle. This will be mounted in the roof. Okay. So we'll take the controls out of it, put some ABS board here, and put a couple switches in it. We'll pre-wire them, which there's nothing to the lights, but we'll pre-wire the switches down to the fuse box, and we'll label them from left to right, 1 and 3 or 1 and 2. Depends on how many we want to put up here. You may want to put something else different up there, but this is the time to do it before you mount it all up and you got to take it back down. But if your headliner out, all your trim, everything will be out of the truck. To get this wrapped, we'll have this wrapped in that dark mahogany. So it'll be the wood also for your map light. Now, these I'll probably leave white light. Of course, the insides will be blue. The dome light will be blue. The map lights will probably stay white. I gotta make up my mind on that. But anyway, let me catch something right fast, and I'll be right back after this. Since I was off camera there for just a second too, I'm going to turn y'all a little bit. I'll walk with y'all here on a little bit. There we go. I can edit that out. While I was off camera just for a second, we're discussing this thing here, and I went ahead, which is a pretty simple thing to do, to dismantle your AC controller. Here's the 3 knobs. Just dismantle it, get rid of it, okay? Discard it for a second. Don't throw it away. You got an old 5 SUV that's got this set up, you're gonna need it one day. All electrical shorts out, all plumbing leaks. Okay? So you got your face here, and what you could do is I had a foam piece cut here. Let's find it. All right. I found it. Is with your ABS board. What I've got here is a 16th, is what we used for our face up here. You can snap this back in place, okay, and use this for a depth gauge for that thin 16th ABS to go on top of it. glue it on there or whatever. Before you do that, if you do use this, snap it in, cut around. Use this for your frame, okay? You just want to cut it around, cut it out. So you have the frame, because this snaps inside there, and glue your board on top of it. You cut your holes for your switches, gauges, or whatever you're going to put up there. It doesn't matter. But also, there's another alternative. So you trace it out on a board. I got a foam board down here I cut. I just traced it out. Okay. And I can put it in there. I'll show it to you. So I got the foam board in. Now, you can use the foam board, or I do have some 1/8 inch ABS that we can cut and slide it in, see how it fits. But you want to cover up those holes. And this actually goes all the way down to there, okay? So the 1/8 inch ABS will cover this and bring it up. But what you do, if you do decide to put that there, is go on the back side of it, and you can glue this in and leave it. You're going to leave that foam board behind it, because your thin ABS is going to go on top of it. You got the 16 is all you've got. You glue it on top of it, and it'll be there. This is going to be glued in. Problem is, if you ever want to do something to your gauges or whatever, pop these out. You're probably going to end up popping this out, messing it up. Okay. Instead of just popping the gauge out, I mean the switches out, you're probably gonna mess this up. It's gonna come unglued and what all. Because this is gonna be snapped up on top, one screw here, just like it fits in the SUV and up in a headliner. So what I'm going to do is, I had to order, nobody in town, believe it or not. Well, probably if I go further out, I could probably find it. But nobody within 5 or 10 minutes. There's everything here within 5 or 10 minutes. I think there is the big hobby shop, probably about 6 minutes away, I think. I'm not sure. I think that's where they moved it to. But I went over to our the big name hardware stores over here, and I asked 4 people in there, where's the ABS board at? And all 4 of them said, I don't work in this area. I'm not sure what you're really talking about. So one guy sent me down aisle 10, and it was like OSB or something, kind of board there, you know what I mean? Something different. I went back, I said, hey, did I tell you, what I tell you, you know? Look at this fan off. Shouldn't be on. Sorry about that. But nobody knew what kind of board that is in that store. So I knew then they probably don't even sell it. And sure enough, the guy I come back over to talk to him, and he said, I did make a call to find out where it is at. We don't sell it. I said, I didn't think you did after 4 or 5 of y'all didn't know what it was or where it was at. So I went ahead and just ordered some. Like I said, we're not in no big hurry. I'm going to put this in the truck and do all my templates and have them ready. So when it does show up, all we got to do is cut it, mold it, put it in. But back to this here, what I was saying a while ago. You could use the snap-in face, cut out your frame, and you know, leave you some room. Don't cut it real thin. Leave you some room so your board will go on there. And this will snap in. So if you want to take it out, change it, or whatever, you have to buy either this control panel or the whole new console piece, which this ain't much anyway online. It should be higher, but they're not. They can run anywhere from $25, $30. You'll find one. Or go to the junkyard or somebody that sells this stuff. I know a guy down there in Mansfield, Texas, that got tons of consoles, all the interior parts out of these SUVs, the new trucks, Ford, GM, whatever, Dodge. They buy total trucks, I guess, from the insurance company or something other, and they part them out. and that's where I get my consoles from. But anyway, so we're probably gonna leave these lights white. I may do blue as they look like, but I think it'll be too much blue in there. I got blue light behind me that'll be in there, blue in the dash. The floorboard light will be blue because you get a little light down in your floorboard by your feet. I gotta put that somewhere else. I'm thinking about doing 2 dots on both sides of this with the floorboard blue dot, because that one light bulb is right there by your vent as it comes out the floorboard. And that was one other thing I'm thinking about is there's a vent on the floorboard for your heater. It blows down on the doghouse, spreads. I'm thinking about doing some small ductwork and putting 2 small vents on each side. I don't know yet. That's up in the air. I may just leave it like it is, and it heats up in there, it heats up. Problem is, it's going to blow heat in the console where your amps, the radio, and all that is. So either block it off, or you split it, and you can put it on your extension board here. It's going to come out and go up. It'll actually go here, not here. It'll go out on your extension boards. So we may not, depends on how everything looks. But I am thinking about the blue dot lights that'll go there. That took place of your, you turn your dome light on. Usually that light will come on or whatever. But back to discussing a while ago also was, I got to get this in the truck so you know where it's going to set at. And then we're going to build our templates. Go from there. So this episode for the next few minutes is going to be pretty much molding the console in the truck. That's what we're going to be doing. So let's get this thing rolling, get it going. All I'm doing is just kind of prepping the box for the truck. I had to build a tool. I had to build a tool to fit one of my little grinders. Now you probably look at that and say, man, what a mess. I do the same thing as I look at it. But it had a curve in it that you don't need. So it came down and it had some humps. Go back and look in the videos, the pictures, and you'll see it. You got to take that out, and there's a lip there. So take the lip out of it. Because you're going to have, behind that is another board that you've got to mount to the front here. It's going to go forward, and it's not going to be overlapped or underlapped. It's going to be flush with it when we get done. Okay, we're going to put that right back on. Kind of take it off. So what I'm going to do now is sand it down smooth. So my other board can go into it. Just a second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, let me just take this right here. And I thought I had a knife out here. I guess I don't. Thought I had one laying there. So where we're at is, let me just take a piece off this. Okay. We'll get in the truck. We're going to mold this to the dash. Alright, to do that, you're going to have your 1/8 inch ABS board Take to sand this down where it matches. It's going to butt up against it. Okay? Then behind it will be another board lapping them over to help support that board. And then your gap will be filled in, puttied, smooth it up, make it smooth with just one piece. Even though you're going to be wrapping it, you want it as smooth as you can. You don't want dividing lines in it. All right. So you put this, you'll match that board to it. This come form up to the dash. You do another board behind it, and we'll use a plastic weld and weld it. Help support that. When that's supported, we go back in with your body filler, fill this in, smoothing it up, where no line will be shown. So we're gonna sand that down and go from there. I'm just gonna sand a little bit. I'm not gonna video the whole thing, bore you to death. Just gonna show you what we're doing. What I want right here is pretty much the straightest line I can get it. Okay. This turns okay. I gotta have this for my push plug, but this is gonna be, you know, fairly close. I mean, close as we can get it, straight as we get a straight edge up here where we gotta get. You get this as straight as you want to get it, or you put a curve in it. Dude. That's up to you, however you want to do it. What I'm gonna do is knock this out right fast, and then we'll carry on to the next step. Now that's cut off of there. What we'll do is we're almost getting ready to go back in the truck. We'll get everything bolted up. It needs to be bolted up, screwed back together. I tell you what, this little thing here sure is handy. I like it. That little screwing tool right there. That thing, it does the job that needs to be done. Okay. I just want to make sure that I got enough room to put my board back behind it. I think I do. We'll get some of the screws back in it. Kind of help support it again while we go in there. I'll get this thing screwed up, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, we've already gone to the truck. What we're gonna do first, though, is we get a drink. The method I use is using poster board. You can use cardboard. That's what you want to use. Cardboard's a little bulkier, a little hard to use sometimes. I use poster board. It's easier to shape, tape, whatever. You know, works out good. So let's set this up, the trace. First thing I'm going to do is get my height. I think I can get 2 out of this, maybe. But I want to get the height on it. I know about where I want to cut this top off. Matter of fact, yeah, I think this would be okay. Till we get in there, find out what we're doing. That'll clear it right there, though. That's almost width of straight edge. Let's see, what is it? 2 of them? I think it's 2 of them. Yeah, it's 2 of them. Be all right. Go down here like this. Watch this. There we go. Then I can just put it over. This way. Kind of get it about right. And we'll, I mean, all we're doing is getting some of the excess out of the way, because you're going to take small pieces to it as you trace it. And go around it, shape it, whatever you got to do to it. This cut here does not have to be perfect straight. You'd have thought that would cut that all the way through. Well, we'll go enough this time. All we need done. And save all your pieces you cut off. You're going to be needing them probably somewhere down through there. But what you want to do is, I use the rough side to draw on. You got a shiny side and a rough side. I just use the rough side to draw on. But let's get this in here as far as we can get it. And if you got to cut some of it off as you push it in, that's okay too. But what I want to do is get this up as far as I can. Okay, right in here. We need to cut some back. 2 right down here. About right here. That's what this does. All right. So, take out. Pull this back a little bit. I know I gotta go past this. So, go back. Then, okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Gotta cut back a little deeper. That's all right. Cut on back then. Cut on back. Cut on back. I want to thank y'all, some of the followers I got, that's following along with this. We got a long ways to go. We will get there one day. Okay. I think that's going to give me my idea of where I need to be at. So this side I'm going to have to trace about 2 inches of it. I don't want to trace on this side. The other side is easy to write on. But let's go up here. Like this straight up. Like this turn down to, I'm marking it down to this cut right here. Then we'll just trace this down. Okay. Then we're going to want to cut this right here. Just to get this out of the way. I don't have to measure it. It just don't have to be straight here. Just where I've got this pattern here to put on my ABS board to cut. And this is going to be driver. And you're going to have your passenger side. Okay, I got one screw needs to come out right there. I mean, want to get in there with in there order. That's what I'm looking for right here. Right here. So it's supposed to be pretty nice morning. I'm just gonna warm up. It's been hundreds all week. Come on. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, now. We'll go up in here with it as far as we can. So you hit something. And we got one piece right there. We need to cut back. So slide all the way in. Or as far as you can get it anyway. You know what I mean? As far as you can get it. Okay. Now, this side here isn't touching. So, with the raise it up a little bit. Okay. We need to cut back some more right here now. Once we cut that top. That's okay. You can do whatever you want to do. However you want to do it. We're getting in there. Alright, now, here's where I'll bring this in. I can get a good trace on it. I have one hole here. Didn't look right. Okay, I need that right there. just like so. We get this side traced. I had some people comment on a couple of my videos, but they didn't understand me. Well, probably not supposed to. I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's this side. And of course, this goes like that. Then take just cut this piece off. Alright, we'll just mark it right now. That's all we're doing. Just marking it. And then we're going to cab do the same thing. We got our driver's side traced out. Our passenger side traced out. Okay. So check this turn right here. Make sure that turn is all right. Yep, if we stay off that outside line, we'll be fine. Stay off this one. Then we'll know. All right. But I know before we get to this part here, we get the console in the truck, I'm going to have to come back and cut the brackets to get it level, get it set where it's going to go, mark it where I got it set at, so we'll know where to make our mounts for it inside the cab. But this is the front part traced. The transfer on our OSB board. We got I've got a couple sheets that will come into play here. But now, when we do put the extension on it, we'll be using the slick side, being that this is going to be wrapped. This will go in. Of course, we'll bring it out here flush. We'll trace it with our stuff. Bring it out here flush. Where it's supposed to be at. We'll build the back up. Put a lock on it. Weld a piece behind it. A couple of spots in it that goes over it. It'll be there. And we'll come in and fill a crack in with the putty. The body fill and all. Get this all smooth. So it like one piece was there. It went to the truck. And we'll worry about the top piece. That top piece, I'm thinking of two things up there right now. Just thinking. Like we always do. Just thinking. So, I can come across the top with with just a fold over set down on it. This board actually will be up here, maybe at the top. We don't know yet. We're going to think about that when we get there. I'm thinking, almost just have a flat piece to set up there and have pins where when you push it down, it'll lock in. It'll be separate from, the rest of it. A couple reasons. Say you need access to the back of that radio. I look and see it probably got a fuse or something behind it. I don't know. You can just take off this top cover and you'll have access to the back of your radio here. And the cover will be where it'll snap on. It won't lock, or it will lock, but won't fall off or anything like that. You could, I would recommend putting a cup holder up there, maybe a snap-in catch-all pan or something, you know, where you can set your phone or something. You're gonna put it there, or wherever you're gonna put it at. I am thinking about putting a little cubby hole there. Just snaps in, but it could be the catch-all. But anyway, let's move on out to the truck now, and I'll see y'all when we get there. You can see it. This right here is what I'm talking about. That's the reason I didn't cut that end of it off yet. I got to see where it lands back here. On that back corner is where they have the little dips. And then we'll see what we got to do about our bracket up in here to hold it where we want it. Then we'll take our board, farm it onto the dash. Always before you need to do the dash the same way. Let me get that tape right. All right, back. This is the only place I forgot to do this at. And I'm gonna do it right quick before I forget. Mess around and mess something up. It's got an old scratch on it right there, but I don't want to put any more than I have to on it. You know what I'm trying to say? What I'm doing is just taping this up where if I go to hit it with the console or anything else might happen. Be bumpity bump over here. Just put some here to protect it. You don't have to do this, but I mean, if you're gonna do some painting or not, maybe you just want to protect what you have in there already. This is not a bad idea. I don't think too many of y'all disagree with me on it. Maybe some of y'all will. You think, well, it's a waste, but to me, it's kind of covers ourselves sometimes, you know. Almost across that bottom right there. I think I'll be good. I should already had this done. I didn't think about it. I did the doors. So, you want to do your doors on coming in the door, down your board, on your rockers. Take your rockers off. Unless you're going to paint them. Don't worry about them. Even then, you can probably get a good gash in it. Doing something. But you're probably mad at yourself. Okay. So, here we are. We'll get it where we want it. We still may cut them off. See? That's why I pre-fit this. Because they're going to hit where the seat belts bolt down at. I got to go between the seat belt. I've got to get right in between the seat belts. They got to bolt back down in here. So we'll take it back out and cut those backs off. This side here, it's not going to like much at all going to that dash. It's almost, time I set this down, I'll throw a picture up there and show you. It was real close. time we get done. It's that side over there in the top. The top piece, I thought we had more room, but not. Put that drop in it, but there's not going to be, which is good. There'll just be a flat piece up here, or formed up to the dash. We don't know yet. Thinking about it. So let's take this back out, and we'll cut the bottom legs, back legs off of it, I call it, and go from there. Come back and try it again. Okay, we talked about cutting them feet off back here. What I want to do is just take it. I can't live without this. If you do this kind of work, you understand what I'm talking about. You know where I'm coming from with it. So I need to go really from here around, put that right there like this, and connect this one kind of come down with it right there underneath it. Kind of put this in like this. Both sides need to be about the same. You cut it, and but you need as much as that feet off there you can. So I'm taking it all the way back. Up to there, but it's gonna make it still gonna be what's happening is I'm not winning here in the back, but all we do is cut it, test it. You know what I mean? We just cut it and test it. See where we're at, because there's two holes that are here. It might do it too. That are here where your cup holder goes in the back here. So let me get rigged up right quick, and we'll get these cut out. All right, I think I'm set up. Maybe. See what we got here. We're gonna try this out. Get a little glove on here. What I'm gonna be using? The saw blade comes with that little kit here, and that kit, if you notice, I think it comes in it, so you can see it. Let's try this out. See what it do. It should be able to cut it all the way around. We're gonna give it a try. We got the right speed and all for it. Remember, you gotta leave that lip here now. That supports your hinge for your cup holder. You cut that, you're going to have to add you some board and weld it back up. Now put our sander on and clean that up. This little tool here, man, sure is handy. In episode 3, towards the back of the video, gives you information on this tool. What all comes with it, what it's used for. It does come with a the locking pin and the wrench for this, if you want to use it. Let's sand that down over there. I know you're asking about this, but if you'll look at the pictures again, this is what was hitting back here. So we'll just sand this down. See what you're going to look like. Right, back in the truck we go. Here in the cab, I just set it down here. Let's look at this thing. See about if that dropped it a good bit. How it's looking now. Looking a little better. We're going to take it though and move it. I might be rerounding that top left corner some. And if I do that, of course, we'll have to go back and retrace on the driver's side here. We'll look at it and see. I think we're going to have to show it look like it. Let me get between the seat belts. See about where I'll put them anchors at. Well, that hump, that cow hump comes up inside. I'm almost perfect. Yeah, almost a perfect fit there. But I'm liking it. It's Of course, we'll delete that casing back here, which we didn't plan to use it. We are planning on using this window though. So if I go forward a little bit, I may have to put that thing in there. I don't know. Probably almost it right there. We'll see how that works out. This is looking good on this side. I almost need to cut the rest of that metal off. I think it looked better. If I cut that metal right along the console so it can't be seen, I think it'll look a whole lot better. And it also will probably allow it to, because it's sitting on it right here. But we're back here. And there's no more, this is sitting on the bottom. So that's as low as it's going to go in the back. In the front, I mean, I wanted it for all the support I can get underneath it. The seats will come in. You won't be able to tell once you start really digging and looking. I think that right there will work. This all the way back. Well, right here anyway. And I tell you what, if that front was any higher, of course it had to be way higher, a little bit, on the bottom side. But on the top side, we're right there at it. We are close. So I got to move it over to the right though a little bit because of the bezel put here. It does, I mean, just a little bit though. Not much. Right in there. Like I said, I might have to cut this corner down because it's on there. It's right there. I'm gonna go look at that piece. I think it's flush though. I think it is. But I think it'll get us in trouble, so we have to make sure. But I need to move it over. Just a bit. All right, that'll work. I like that. That right there will work. Then all we have to do is bring in our poster board and get this traced out, coming up close to the glove box here. So the glove box can still be used. That's where we're at. So let me go get it. We'll get it all set in there. I need to mark this so I'll know, but I also need to get that door. So just delete, I think. Almost put the little board back here. Just to close this up. You don't have to be. By the time you get your seats in here and all, you won't be able to see it. So, let's get our paper and markers and get this thing marked where we got in the floor. Go from there. And I think as far as mounting goes, really, metal right there. I can go right here with the mount. I can go one back here with the mount. if the AC ductwork went in the way. Because you want it where you can sit here and mount it. Then just snap your top pieces on. So I'm good there. Mount there. And a mount up here on this front side. I'm good with it. Or you undo these bottom screws, the plate will stay there. You can mount it on both sides, the front or the back. That mounted, I think you will. They bolted down, it ain't gonna move. That's good, I think. Put your foot room up there for your throttle. And then we'll figure out exactly what we're going to do here. So I want to bring this, probably going to bring this up to that artist straight across, you know. Either way, it'll be all right. All right, we'll go to the next step on this thing. And I'm going to take me a little water break. We'll get back on it and get that traced up there on the right side. Alright, try to give y'all the best video I can on that. But we'll tuck this in right here, and that's what I'm talking about. This side here touching. But I think I'm going to leave it as is, because I can fix this. It does have a back there where it'll stay there. But so you'll know what I'm talking about here. When you're forming it to the dash, that's what we're going to kind of end up with. Get a piece of tape here. I don't think it's going to stick, but it'll do something for just for a second. We don't want it touching. You just want it formed up. You want it where, you know. Okay. Because every time you put your wrap on it, no, it's going to bring it, you know, a little closer, not much. And then what we'll do, see, we traced the other side before we came out here. We'll cut it, put it in spot, and then tape it to this one. And that's going to give you your piece that you need. Okay? I'll go get it and get it up there. Make sure this is where I want it. We're straight back here. I'll get the other one we traced out, put it in here, go from there. I'll be right back. So after you get your patterns the way you want them, according to those pictures, you got your passenger side, your driver's side. I did get it where I am going to get a little bit out of it. Not much, but a little bit. Now take note, when you see the pre-fitting of the ABS board, it's going to be filled in with a body filler to where this looks like one piece. We'll get done with it. So don't worry about the gaps when I show the pictures of the the first fit, and then we'll fill them in, sand them down, get them smooth. I am going to do it on the smooth side because a wrap's going to stick. This is the rough side. We're going to put them on the smooth side so the wrap will stick to it a little better. But when you do this, try to leave yourself some room on the bottom. So in other words, don't try to cut off just a little piece. Put your longest, straightest edge on the side of it. You'll be glad you did. Now to trace this on there, I could use the back of the X-Acto knife or just a razor blade. Either way, as long as you get two of them here, that's why it would come apart. Anyway, so I'm gonna trace these on there. We'll cut them out, pre-fill them, see where we need to sand or whatever, touch it up before we do our body fill and take it back out of the truck. So all I'm gonna trace these and let's roll with it. I'm probably gonna put my other glasses on and do this. I need to see that edge. All this is like a magnifies a little bit for me. I can see it. And I tell you, another good thing to do with that is tape it down where it be still. Just tape it down a couple spots where it'll be still. You're gonna come through there and cut that anyway. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. So we're just going to score this right on the edge of my paper here. Go slow with it. Then you lift it. See if you can see all your markings. You can. Good to go. And all that did was put a scratch mark on here so I know where to cut. That's what we're going to do with it. We'll cut both of them out, and we'll come back and we'll test fit them, see how they look, and then we'll remove the console if everything looks good. Remove the console, and I got to build some back plates for them because when they're up there on the console, let's say for instance this is in there, okay? Say it's mounted in there. On the back side, I'll come in with some other pieces and weld these two together so they'll stay together flush. And on the front side, we'll body fill this, smoothing this up back on both sides, so our it'll look like one piece. Then we'll, after we do that, put it back on the console, put the console back in the truck, and see how it fits. I'm gonna mark these right here, cut them, and let's go test fit them, and we'll see what they look like. Let's go. Be right back. That concludes episode 4. And next week, 5, we're going to take the panels, disassemble it, and mount the panels, prep them and get them ready for wrapping. Get that those pieces molded in, mounted to the original existing panel, and send them out. So get them wrapped, get them back, get them in. But we're out of time. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it. We're just a slow build. We're getting there. We're going to get there. We're going to get it done. So, thanks again. Please like and share. Tell your friends, because we get to 1,000 subs, we're going to start on the engine. I'm just doing some prepping on my supercharger now, getting it ready. And with the other parts, getting all our parts and what all we need, get it done, getting ready to build. So, hey, y'all come back now. You hear? Thank you.